I'm continuing my discussion of the left's reaction to the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe versus Wade. In a very peculiar episode, Ana Navarro went on CNN and began to make a list of her family members who are mentally handicapped. She goes, I got a cousin who has Down syndrome. I've got an aunt who has this. And the remarkable implication of her comments was, wouldn't it be cool if all these people were aborted? I mean, I don't know any other way to read it, because she was talking about abortion. And I think what she was saying is that we as a family have had to support all these characters. And this is a very odd thing to say. In fact, I think it's very unusual for moms who have children with disabilities to take the view that they would be better off dead. And I'm trying to think, why would someone like Ana Navarro even go there? I mean, is there a matter of family inheritance involved? And these people are sort of standing in the way. Very insensitive. And even S.E. Cupp, who is on CNN with Ana Navarro, who I believe has a child who has some disabilities, she jumped in and goes, this is too much. We can take whatever position we have on abortion, but let's not go here. Now, I'm looking at on social media at one of these demonstrations for abortion, you have a woman, and I'm looking at her right now. She's standing, she seems like a very normal person with a little baseball cap, and she's got 2 kids, and they look something like 7 and 5, but this is what her sign says. Don't force this on anyone. Don't force this on anyone. Now, I think what she means is don't force pregnancy on anyone, and maybe she did the sign separately and then said to her kids, hey, come with me to the rally. But you can't look at the sign without then looking at her kids. And she seems to be saying, don't force these 2 menaces on anyone. And you wonder what her kids are going to think about it. I mean, if they grow older and they look at the sign, they're going to go, Mom, what are you saying? What are you saying about us? I don't really know any other way to kind of read that. Here is a remarkable comment by a woman, a very candid comment, and to me quite moving. And she says this, I got pregnant at 15, my very first boyfriend. My mom tried to force me into an abortion. I didn't want a baby, but something in me wouldn't let me kill my child. And then the crusher. Today, that same child is mad at me for agreeing with SCOTUS. The child I didn't kill. Lol. So here's a woman talk about irony. She has her own child out of wedlock. It's not a very good time. And her mom goes, abort. She goes, nah, I think I'm going to keep the kid. And the kid is now like, we want Roe versus Wade, not realizing what a close call it was for the kid itself. So what a strange debate we're in. And look, as I think about it, whenever we have these types of political debates, I ask myself, like, who are the good people here? Are the good people the people who say, my pregnancy is a mess, it's an inconvenience, I'd rather get my degree, I'd rather go on with my life? Is that the better person that we should all emulate? And then I think about the pro-life people. I think of all the energy that these people have put into this cause for really 50 years. They go to these rallies, they take their rosaries, they go pray, and I'm thinking, what's in it for them? What do they care? Normally in politics, when you see someone demonstrating, they always want something. Unions, we want more wages. Employers we want tax benefits. Everybody wants some benefit that accrues to themselves in politics. I'm lobbying for the energy industry. But in the pro-life cause alone, you have people who, if they win, get nothing. In fact, in some ways, they're fighting to protect the lives of other people's kids, other people who don't even want them. And I look at some of these leftists and these, I see some of these freaks who are out there protesting and so on, abortion rights. And I'm thinking to myself, do I actually want you to reproduce? Not exactly. I'd be happier if you didn't. I don't exactly think that the kids you bring into the world are going to be probably raised very well, at least not if they end up like you. And yet I'm saying, you know what? I'm still going to fight for you because there's a principle commitment here to life itself. And that's really what motivates these people. That's it. Otherwise, they have nothing to gain. Now, some of them are motivated by religious beliefs, but that, my point is the same thing. It's a religious belief in what? In the value and preciousness of human life. Let's notice, by the way, that this is a value that Christianity brought into the world. All you have to do is go to ancient Greece and Rome before Christianity, and you begin to see that this idea that every human life is precious or sacred does not really exist. And we've come to a strange situation. I caused some outrage on social media. I went online and I found a picture of an ultrasound of a puppy. And the puppy was, I don't exactly know what the gestation period is for a dog, but the puppy was sort of in the latter stages of pregnancy, where you can see the full-grown pup. It's right there in the womb. And I say, this is an unborn puppy. It's obviously alive, and it's obviously a puppy. It's not a clump of cells. It's not an extension of its mom. It's not its mom's organ, like the way the mom has a leg or a toe. It has its own organs. It has its own DNA. It has its own life to live. And then I go, why don't these obvious facts about animal life also apply to unborn human beings? And one guy writes back, he goes, Dinesh, you very cleverly picked a puppy in the late term stage, and his point being that I'm somehow appealing to emotions by showing a puppy that is sort of almost delivered. And my point is, don't the Democrats, don't the left want abortion for all 9 months of pregnancy? If you look at their law that's supposed to codify Roe versus Wade, does it basically say we only want abortion for like the first 3 months and then not after that? No. They want to have abortion rights until the moment of birth. Maybe even after, but we won't go into that. At least up to the point of birth. And so it's completely valid to post a picture of a puppy and say, listen, if you can see that that's a puppy, and that puppy in that sense is no less a puppy than an unborn child is a child in the process of development, of course. But hey, a 1-year-old is also in the process of development. So the idea that this is something that can be casually tossed aside, I think this is the heart of the pro-life debate.